Hello, good morning, Cherries. Welcome to Live Cherry Sunday, episode 208. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to play a minor blues solo using the 5 pentatonic shapes. This is going to be really cool. I'm going to say hello to some of my friends here in the chat. Paul Merrill, give you a round of applause. Looking for Crossroads, Cherry Time, give you a round of applause too. Hopefully you can hear me loud and clear out there and live land on YouTube land. And I'm going to start off by asking you if you can hear my guitar out there. Using my my Lion 68 pedal today, the Marshall thingy-majingy. Wanted to get a little a little sweeter of a tone here today. So I have a backing track here that I created. It's going to be a minor blues. It's in C minor. If you want a copy of this MP3 that I created, just email me at info@cherry. Wake up. And word up, wake up, all the same. And I also have some PDF graphics of a PDF of all the graphics that I used today as well. So here we go. Let's get a little sample of what we're going to do here today. All right, Scott Olson. All right. Pretty cool. If you're enjoying this, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell for notifications. Hello, Paul. What's happening? Well, tomorrow, if my career is gone. Wow. Oh, cancer is gone. Oh, career. See what's on my mind. I hope it is. Definitely wishing you the best there, Paul Merrill. With that, I think it will be. Let's pray for that, for sure. And let's see, Jerry ate too many chilies. I don't know what that says right there, but all right. But seriously, Paul, well, tomorrow, if my cancer is gone, hopefully we'll get some good news there for your brother, for sure. Now, I haven't seen you here in a little while, but we're praying for you. So let's play some blues here today. And what we're going to do here today, and we've done this a few times, we've played lots of blues here on this channel, and we switch it up with minor blues, major blues. And one thing that I really want to dig into here today is on these shapes. I have some graphics here. If we kick on the shape right here, everyone knows this box right here, this pentatonic. And I like leaving them like this now without saying what key it is, because you can use these graphs for any key right here. And, you have the familiar shape. And you have that shape. You have the shape number 2. That's up here like this. You have that shape. You have the shape number 3, which is really cool. You have shape number 4. Should be over a little bit right there, right? There you go, a little bit better. You can see the standard right there on the headstock. And of course, then you have the 5th shape right here as well, which would be the root up here in the C. Okay. So, it's really cool to know those patterns and everything, but what I think we should focus on here today is linking them together in a cool way. Like taking this position that up here, the top 2 strings here, or the top 3 strings, focusing on the upper extension of it, because then you can go down to I'm on the front page. You can go down to the next position up, instead of thinking, well, I have to play this whole position here, which is cool, but I don't think that that's the most important thing in regard to these shapes. I'm starting to think that it's really just about, they're just guides to opening up the whole fretboard to you. And Paul is saying, have not played guitar since June. You better break that thing out right now, Paul. Play harmonics. Well, it's not too bad, I think. And so, it's kind of like the BB box right here too. This position up here. So any questions about this stuff, let me know. We're getting started. I think in these positions, it's good to know where the root notes are of these C. We're playing in C minor, C minor. So the C here in this first position that we all know and love. We'll see here, and there. But in this next position, it's right there, and it's right there. Now it ends here on the third. And that's the beauty of it too, is that these different positions, lend to different type of licks and different tonalities on the frets and different different strings of different areas. Like Like up here, you're playing with the root, the 7th, and the 5th. And up here, so playing like the same licks. Up here. You know, you're playing with the 3rd degree, the 4th, the root, and the 7th. Yep. And up here, in this 3rd position, you know, you have the 4th, the 5th, the 3rd, then the root up here. And up here you have then last, you have this other 5th position. A little harmonic minor lick in there too. So it feels like the 3rd degree outside. Well, it might be 3 degrees outside, but 3rd degree outside. Let's see, this 3rd position. Right here. This 3rd degree is right about here. So it's a cool one. I mean, none of them are outside in the context of outside. Feels like the 3rd degree outside. If you talk about outside playing or the real outside world. So yeah, that's what's cool about what we're going to do today. Is we're going to mess around with trying to connect all these together. Like, check this out. Here's the backing track, and it's just C minor here. Fast forward to an F minor. C minor. F minor. G minor. F. C minor, F minor, C, G. That last G is like a G. That's the only major chord in there. It's a G, G7, and it's augmented. That sweet little chord in there, right there, right? You could actually put a harmonic minor scale in there. On the C harmonic minor. Because it would be like this. Over the G chord. This note right here. We just went over some harmonic minor stuff last week. And so, soloing over the progression, going through some of the the top end parts of the pentatonic positions would be like this. Any questions about this stuff, please let me know. If you're enjoying this video so far, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. I go live every Sunday, except when we can't right now. So thanks so much, guys. Any questions, let me know. We're having some fun playing the blues. And it's the whole idea, too, for this is just for it to be easy. You know, I mean, it shouldn't be... It's not rocket science here. You know, we're taking the real simple approach to playing just one scale over this blues progression. I mean, I'm playing the C minor pentatonic scale over all three chords. And let's just go over this one more time, this chord progression. It's just a C minor, fast 4, which is F minor, and C. Or C minor 7. You got an F, F7. Back to C minor 7. Then a G, G minor, F minor again, C minor. It's just the C minor pentatonic scale. less talking, more interaction. No, less playing, more interaction here. Or more playing, whatever you want. All right. Super Cherry Sunday. Thank you so much, Jeffrey Boyle. And Inca, Callus, everyone. Super chat, $1.99 from Inca. It's position 1, the E minor shape. Well, position 1, thank you so much, Inca, for that. That is so very cool of you. $1.99 right there. That's so awesome. Thank you so much for that. I love that super chat. And I'm so glad that you do this because I didn't know that that darn thing even worked, that super chat button. Every now and then you got to test it out. You know what I mean? But thank you very much for that. Let me answer that question. Position 1 is the E minor shape. Well, forget about E minor. We're in C minor. We're in the key of C. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking at it like E minor shape 1, that would be this one right here. But we're doing it in the key of C. So just slide it down here to C. And that's position 1. Position 1, the E minor shape. Oh, well, duh. I'm sorry, I misread the actual question. Is position 1 the E minor shape? Yes, it is. You're correct, sir. So you either knew that or you actually listened to what I'm saying. But it is position 1, E minor shape 1. Absolutely. See something here. Get a little brighter. I'm using the Lion 68 pedal. Let me know if you like that. If you like that pedal. I know, it's pretty cool. If you like it, I have a link in the description. You can check it out. And another super chat there. All right. Thank you so much. Scott Olson, super chat. $10 from Scott Olson. Get a cup of coffee from Starbucks later, Jerry. All right. I sure will. I like the cold brew with the cold foam on top. Vanilla cold foam. Very, very cool. Thank you. It means a lot to me. Give you a round of applause. And let's see. Charles L. There are actually 7 pentatonic shapes. Ah, okay. Well, I have 5 that I'm familiar with, so there's 7 pentatonic shapes. I guess, well, there's only 5 notes, so each note would have its own shape. So there must be 2 more extra ones in there that I don't know about. I'm sure you're right about that. I'm sure there's all kinds of different shapes in there, but usually there's the 5 typical ones right there. But let me see what Robert's saying. Can you explain what the root note is? Yeah, the root note is the C note, because the progression is starting off with a C. C. And it goes to 4 chords, so it's an F. Root note C. And you're basing everything around C. Well, F would be the root note of this chord. Back to a C chord. So C is the root note. Now G is the root note. F is the root note. C. So those are the root notes. Right? You know? We'll tune a little bit up for your pleasure. Let's see how my B string is hanging on there. Doing all right? Doing okay. We didn't really have to be in tune today too much, you know. We're just soloing, not playing too much rhythm. Bending notes, you know, we'll bend them right. We'll get them right. Oh, the G string, I just kicked out of tune. I just put it out of tune while tuning. It was in tune. That's why I don't like to tune too much. It just puts me out of tune more so. Mark Raven. Jeffrey Boyle. Oregon. Hey, I have a good question about minor scales. There are 3, right? Natural, harmonic, minor. Which do you lean on for minor blues? Okay, that's a great question. Great question. And it's the natural minor. Definitely the natural minor, because all of this whole pentatonic scale comes from the minor scale. And even though we're just keeping it pretty simple, all comes from a minor scale. Check it out. So it comes from the natural minor. Because all of these notes really, you have C minor, C minor scale, F minor, same thing. Give you a little bit of a closer look up here. You know, it's all derived from this minor scale, all these chords. So C. I have the graph for it right here. Let's just pull it up right here. Just so happen to have this minor, typical minor position. So thank you for asking the question, because I was going there. And it's looking at the neck kind of like this. The top, C, D, E flat, C up top, B flat, A flat, G. That's the position going down, descending right there, from top to bottom. When you go to the F chord, play the same notes as that. That gives you a Dorian scale right there, starting on the F. So over over this F chord, it's not the same as an F minor, natural minor. It's an F Dorian right here. So if you were playing this minor scale over the 2 chord, you would technically be playing F Dorian right there. And then when it goes to the 5, the G, what you're playing over that is, that's a G Phrygian, believe it or not, because you have the G. I mean, look at the notes up there. G, A flat, that's a half step. So that raises a great question. You know, do you know that, you know, when you, typically a lot of players, you know, play in C, they'll play the pentatonic here. But in, you know, minor, you got to be real strict with the 3rd. You don't want to bend it up to a major, because it's minor. When you go to the 4 chord, you play up here, minor F position, right? Right? And then the G, F, you just got to be careful, because when you go to this F, it's not the same scale anymore. It's an F Dorian scale. So over here, it would be C minor, like this. On the F, it would be a Dorian position. It would be like this. You know, it'd be like that, Dorian. So these notes. Which adds up to these positions right here. If you're filling in the blanks of the scale, here's the position 3 of the minor pentatonic. But there's a scale in there, and it would be this F Dorian. Same thing with this G. You wouldn't play the minor scale, you would play a Phrygian position going down like this, because it has this half step here. Oop. See, watch how it would work over the chords. F. Dorian F. G. Once again. F, C minor, F, G, hopefully that helps a little bit. All right, missing some questions here today. All right, super helpful, Mark Rabin. All right, thank you very much. Very, very, very cool. Let's back up here a little bit. A question. Okay, so you asked me about the harmonic minor. A question about minor scales. Is there There are 3 natural harmonic. I mean, there's a place for the harmonic minor in this progression as well. At the very end, when it hits that G sharp 5 chord right there, that G major or G dominant 7 sharp 5 chord, that sets up perfectly for the harmonic minor scale at the very end, right there. Let's see. Thanks for doing this and being you. All right. I gotta be me. All right. When someone says target notes, do they mean the notes of the chord? Around 1, 4, 5. Yeah, absolutely. Today I'm not necessarily thinking too much of target notes, and probably should. But, in its simplest form, targeting notes over a progression like this, using just the one scale, will be something like this. Get C, F, the root, C. Now the F. Here's the 5th of F, targeting the 5th. The 3rd. The G. The F. All right. So, yeah, targeting as much as I can right there. Super helpful. Thank you. I do thank you, Mark Rabin. Very cool. Very cool. Let's see. Well, I don't have video lessons per se, but I do have video lessons on my course, Essential Skills Collection for Guitar. Just to show you that real quick. You can see that in my description. I go over 4 different topics: fretboard memorization, a circle of fifths. I go over blues solos, all different types of blues solos, and have graphics and backing tracks and all that stuff. And also, I do the C.A.G.E.D system. So it's the 4th part that I added recently. So you can check that out in the description. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for asking about that. And let's see, any more good questions here. When you compartmentalize this in your brain, if I only had a brain, I would compartmentalize it. Do you think scale patterns have step, whole steps, or you just implicitly know major, minor scales and the variations from there? Well, in this particular song, it's it's all minor, right there. So I'm just thinking for this particular lesson, I'm just trying to really think about this one scale, this pentatonic scale, and I'm trying to use the top end of all of these positions right here. So I'm really keeping it simple for this one scale through the whole thing, because you could technically do that the whole way through. And it's the C minor scale. It's just totally C minor. It's C minor scale. The whole time. When I go to F, still play that C minor scale. And then to the G chord, the 5 chord. Back to the 4. Now this last chord is the dominant chord, or a augmented 5th, which over this G, it's the 3rd of C minor. If you can really how it resolves right there. G. Finny, huge help. Thank you very much. Finny. All right, Robert. Sometimes you have a red R on the fretboard. What does that stand for? A red R on the fretboard. Red R on the fretboard. I'm not quite sure. Is that like a dad joke or something? A red R on the fretboard. What does that stand for? Actually, I never have a red R on the fretboard. I don't know what guitar you're talking about. Oh, on the on the graphs. So I need a little bit more sleep. There, right? On the graphs. Okay, let's get back to that graph and see. Okay, let's go back over here. We'll close that one out. So you mean like this? That's the roots. That is the root note, the R's. And yeah, whenever I talk about stuff like this when in the charts, I'm a big proponent of intervals. So when you see the R, that's always roots. In this case, C. Root. That 3 is the 3rd of the chord. Or like, you know, minor 3rd. The fourth degree. Then it's the 5th. You know? Got the 5th in there. And that's just the 5 notes of the pentatonic. You have the root, minor 3rd, 4th, 5th, and the 7th. Once again, you double it up. Root, 3rd, 4th, 5, 7. Root. What's great about not putting the letters there, the notes, is that, you know, it's shiftable. It's do the same thing everywhere. Like I could take the same pattern right here and take it up to F. Play the F pentatonic right there. And then same thing on G. You know? Like that. And hopefully that helps. Hopefully that answers your question. I love questions. Keep them coming. Keep those questions coming. Scott Olson, circle of fifths. Fifth. Circle of fifths. For me. Circle of fifths. I'm being silly. Looking for crosswords or scales. Right. Oh, right. That's my imitation of Rick Beato on every interview that he does. When someone gives him an answer, he goes, right. Come on, don't tell me you don't know what I'm talking about. Don't tell me. You watch Rick Beato, and we all do. His interviews. Right. Or scales. I forgot what you were referring to, looking for crossroads in there. When someone says target notes, do they mean of the chord you are on? That's right. Right. And okay. Think back to when you knew nothing. That would be this morning. Did you practice licks or scales and targeting? Man, one of the first things that I learned theoretically was really helpful. Is I just learned the modes in this position off the A string. Played the modes. Didn't really know how to use them at all, but I knew. And I learned them right here off the A string like this. And then a Dorian here. A Phrygian here. Then the fourth Lydian. Aeolian. Locrian. Surprised I remembered them. And I learned like these 13th type of arpeggio. Some of the first stuff I learned, when I took some serious guitar lessons. I was 17 years old, took some guitar lessons from Wesley B. Wright in Miami, Florida. And when I was 12, I learned some Van Halen songs, That was like the first thing I learned. She showed me it was like a I don't want to get any copyright claims, so we won't go too far with that. Circle of fifths or scales. Hello, Cherry Roger Charlie. Long time no see. How you been? Give you a round of applause. Besides the beauty of the guitar, I hear your fingers. They sound amazing. Whatever you're playing through. Thanks. Well, Mark Rabin, today I decided to pop on the Lion pedal, which I hardly ever use, but I want it to be a little bit sweeter sounding than my normal setup, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good sound. Pretty cool. a little bit better than what I normally use, which is my Iridium pedal, with just some stomp boxes plugged into it. This is just a line. This has everything built in, distortion, everything. It's pretty cool. And let's see. It sounds like Santana. Very cool. Very cool. All right. So let's see. Any more questions here? On your tabs, it's for the root note. Yes. On your tabs, it's for the root note. Absolutely. And Roberts, when you tour, does anyone deliver your guitars for you, or is it in part of your luggage? Well, I actually bring my guitar, and I have a couple backups there, and a backup electric and an acoustic. But I just bring one guitar on the plane. It's hard enough bringing one guitar on a plane. That's the worst part of touring, is having to bring your guitar on a plane. Except with Southwest, if you have an early boarding, they never give you any trouble. If you're in the A group, if you're an A-lister. But it's a nightmare, like Delta and American Airlines. Every other airline, just a nightmare. They see a guitar and they're like... And it turns out that, I don't know if anyone else had seen this. I was watching Congress was they were interviewing the airlines, and they were saying that they give the clerks extra money for making people check stuff at the gate, which is crazy. So that explains everything. So they see my guitar, and they want me to check it, and it's not because there's no room in the overhead. It's because they get a certain amount of money for asking me to check it. Isn't that crazy? But we won't get into any of that stuff. I think it sounds really good for YouTube, and I spend hours geeking on guitar vids. I've been playing almost 50 years, by the way. You have an aptitude for this. All right, well, thank you very much for the aptitude. All right. And I have the aptitude for this. So let's see if I could apply that aptitude a little bit more into some of this blues licks here. If any questions about any more of this stuff, please let me know. I love chatting with you guys, and keep them coming. Keep those chats coming here. And so let's see. I would take it different string sets, because it sounds different. Playing here, playing in this fifth position right here. that, going off the rails. Just kind of going for it, you know. It's hard to be safe, you know. So, any questions, let me know. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me here today. Look at where'd the time go? We're just wailing away. I had some notes here, you know, that I wanted to go over. I mean, a lot of times, you know, be real here. You know, let's be real. Applause? All right. Let's be real. You know, a lot of times when I do the blues lessons, it's because I have nothing else really to do. No, do the blues means I don't have too much time to prepare for something more complicated or technical. But, and I know it could be easy, but you know, the blues, what they say, I think Jimi Hendrix said it, the blues, easy to play, hard to feel. I mean, that's the whole thing with the blues. You can go into it going, you know what, I'm going to play real simple. I'm going to be real safe. It's going to be great, you know, and then the lights come on, you're going live, you're playing, and, you know, and nothing is the same. You know, that's the great thing about going live is that, you know, you go for it and you take your chances and see what happens at the end of the day, right? You know, see if you land on your feet, so to speak. Because I watch back all of these, and that's the thing, you know, you watch them back, and a lot of times you're like, cringeworthy type of stuff. And hopefully you learn from these, from what you do. It's great to record yourself and listen back. I can't think of anything better to improve yourself than to record yourself and listen back to it constantly. And Mark, I fall back on the blues constantly because I can't pull back out of my butt. That's right. It's hard to, and I can't either, you know. I mean, I like a little bit of a classical type of style, you know, like you know, playing. It's just a harmonic minor scale, or the Phrygian dominant scale. That's really cool. All right, but so, you know, decided to do some blues because I already have some backing track on. I have some charts and graphs, but it's really harder than you think, you know, just to get into the right feel of it. You know, I didn't even get into really playing different over really targeting the chords, which would be, you know, more like, you know, playing over the F, C. Changing to an F minor pentatonic scale right there. Back to C. Now F pentatonic. Back to C minor pentatonic. G minor pentatonic. F. See, with that, I switched the pentatonic scale for every chord that was there. And that's a little bit more challenging because you're switching chords, switching scales between. So, you know, it's a little bit less thoughtful, a little less thinking when you could just play one scale through the whole thing. You could really concentrate on. And I think I can make a whole new video about these three things: touch, tone, and feel. You know, have the right touch, the right tone, and the right feel going into it. And those are like everything right there. And things that I tend to forget about a lot of times, and I shouldn't, because it's the most important thing. And let's see. For the blues, you have to channel that first girl that broke your heart into pieces. And then the feeling is natural tears. That's right. You are absolutely right about that, Finney. You do have to challenge that, you know. And thanks, you know, you should have told me that like an hour ago, you know. That would have been very helpful about an hour ago. Thanks, Finney. I get not only why you just showed me this, but I see the variation from the natural minor example that targets the intervals instead of moving scales. Nice. Thank you. All right. I get not only why you just showed me this, but I see the variation from the natural minor example and the target of the intervals instead of moving scales. That's right. Yep. I mean, you have the scales if you want to run through the scales and play melodically, but within those scales, you have the particular target notes that are in there. And is there a boost pedal that you prefer? I don't know. After playing this Lion here today, I mean, it's good for rock, and it's not too much different than what I usually do. You know, just for like single. Playing fast stuff like that. Pretty good sound for this and what we're trying to do. Get your point across, right? It's a good pedal. I usually use the Iridium, the Strymon Iridium, with a clean sound, and I plug in my pedal board directly into that. With this today, I'm using the Lion 68 pedal just by itself. I'm plugged into my tuner and into the, I bypassed everything and I went right into, I should have a third camera on here which just shows the, I've been working on that one, just the pedal board. And then live on tour, when I'm out there on the road, I have a pedal board built and it has the Friedman IRX pedal. And I use that one because it's a 2-channel, 2 different rows, complete analog type of knobs and dials on it. Just makes it really easy that way to dial in a clean sound and a dirty sound. And it's a great sounding unit also. I'll fire that one up next week and compare it. How about that? So, yeah, some more questions. It's really, really cool. Let's see what we got here. We got a few more minutes before I wrap it up. It's long to the culture and touch and feel. Yep. Yep. That's the boost pedal that I prefer. Oh, necessarily the boost pedal. It's more of a modular that you can plug directly into your interface or into a PA system. As far as boost or overdrives, I mean, I like the blues driver that I have. Very transparent sounding. It's got a good distortion. I have a hot tone blues pedal, hot tone This is called blues, and it's got a nice slight distortion that I like to use as well. Those are my favorite two, really, that I use. Let's see. Okay, yes, touch, tone, and feel, and phrasing. Yeah, absolutely. You know, it takes a long time to be able to concentrate more than touch and feel. So we're going out where the notes are. That's right. Well, I mean, it's a good practice. You know, if you want these charts, let me know. If you want this backing track, I'll email it to you as well. The MP3 I created, the PDF of all these charts. And we really didn't even go into that. We didn't even show you these charts, basically. You know, all of these right here. This shape right here, pentatonic box 1. That's the second box. Shape 2, shape 3, shape 4, and shape 5. And what I really like to do is like just take the tops of these. We'll show you, then we'll wrap it up here. And this top part right here. And check this one out. So I'm not playing down, I guess you would call it, let's see, vertically. I'm playing more horizontally right here, where it's like. Which is pretty cool. Boy, it's sloppy. Nope. And then go down. But this way, you know, you can just go right into your feel and not stop. You know, you got this riff. Just want to keep going up, climbing. Played F pentatonic right there. So it's a great idea to do stuff like that because I'm not thinking of kind of playing in one particular area. I'm opening up the fretboard by knowing the 5 positions and not taking one position, playing in there, second position, playing in there, third, playing in there. I think it's more about seeing the 5, because if you have 5 positions, that's everything right there. And then there's connections between the strings. So it's probably good to take the 5 shapes and just play the top 2 at a time, strings at a time, and then play like the B and the G string through the 5 shapes. Then take the, you know, in string sets of 2, and then take the D and the G, and then the A and the G, the E and the A, and just mess around with that. And before you know it, you'll be playing like crazy. All right, so we'll wrap it up, but I think I have a couple more thoughts over here we'll talk about here. Let's see. So personal question. Do you find... I'm afraid to ask. So personal question. Do you find you play best when you're unconscious? When I'm knocked out, conscious of what you were playing? The room is gone or a mistake when you realize your headspace So personal question: do you find when you play best when you are unconscious of what you are playing? The room is gone, or a mistake, and when you realize your headspace is in, it shocks you back into. I don't know. That's a good question. I think I've never actually been really, really an improviser, so to speak. I know a lot about music. I love playing. I've always been a songwriter, and I've always played what's good for the song. And when it's time to record and to write a solo, I could write a good solo. I go through all the mistakes and the digging and the searching, and when it's time to record, I'll do my best to play the best solo that I can and put the right feel. So I know all the aspects of what I want to get into a recorded solo, the feel, the touch. The improvising is really good to learn all about that stuff. But I want to become more of an improviser so that I could just really, really feel more comfortable with it. And I enjoy doing it, but it's a long road. It's a long road. I spent most of my time, songwriting and crafting solos rather than really just going improvise. I'm searching, for the in the world of improvisation. Hopefully that answers the question a bit. But as far as improvising and just kind of going for it, it's probably best to kind of get out of your head as much and just touch, tone, feel, just get it to sound good. I mean, at the end of the day, we just want to sound good, right? So that's all that matters. If we could just sound good. That's it. And a lot of people do just sound good. They don't think about anything else besides, I want to sound good. I think we overthink it. I think I overthink it a lot too. Then at the end of the day, it just has to sound good. Cool. I'm a songwriter. The blues helps me create sections, etc. I make weird music mostly. And the blues is just a great study, and it all comes from the blues. If you could make the blues sound good, man, you could incorporate that into anything. Really, really, really cool. But I've been listening to a lot of Night Ranger. I don't know where that just came from lately, but those guys, Brad Gillis and Jeff Watson, man, talk about sounding good. They're two of the greatest guitar players, and they're both in the same band. And man, everything they played, all their solos were really sweet, right? I mean, I love their stuff. That perfect combination of feel, tone, touch, and technicality. I mean, they were really, really two of the best. All right. Well, anyway, I think we've gone over quite a bit. So thank you guys for hanging out and spending time with me here today and pushing me to play. And hopefully I'm pushing you as well. If you hit that like button before you go. And, email me info@JerryCherry if you like the PDF and the backing tracks. So thank you very much. Mark, Rabin, Night Ranger, the old video with the train tracks. The bass just keeps freezing for like 4 measures. Never forget that video. The bass is just free. Really? I gotta check that out. I gotta see that. That would be Jack Blades, right? The singer, bass player. Thank you, Jeffrey Boyle. Thank you, Roberts. And Scott Olson. All you guys mean so much to me that you hang out with me for a little bit here on Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Finny and really, really cool. Any ideas for any future lessons, jams, let me know. Email me info@JerryCherry. I'll leave it in the comments right here. And very, 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 very cool of you for spending some time here with me today. And remember, be cool, be kind, be cherry. And if you want to see another video where I did the 5 pentatonic positions, I'll put that right up there so you can check that out as well. All right? Love yous, and catch you in the next one. You guys are the best. Peace.